This is ToBeFree with an earthquake update. When looking at the global incident map, you can see that there has been a ton of earthquakes in Alaska, or near Alaska, up there by the Canadian border. This is in BC, that are extremely shallow. There has been over 400 earthquakes in this area. So many that it's ran the rest of the quakes pretty much off the map. When we look globally, we normally see a lot more activity. We see one in Japan, one in Peru, the rest situated in the United States or Canada, with the areas down here in Southern California that are always swarming, looking a lot quieter, simply because the swarm up here has been releasing so many quakes. Now, when we zoom into this spot, you'll see this line here. This is the Yukon up here. This is British Columbia here. This is the United States right here. It's part of Alaska right there. So this is right where they meet in this mountain area. Now, here within this week, there was a big quake right up by Denali, and it was right on one of those glacier sheets. And if you look here, you can see that this area isn't completely covered, so to speak, with ice and or snow. And when we zoom in down here, this does not look to be a fracking region or anything like that. It has others asking, is there some kind of testing going on underground? That's a very real possibility. Now, of course, that would mean there would have to be some kind of hidden base up here in this region, something going on underground. One thing is for sure, though, these quakes are super shallow, some of them registering at 0. Other people were making comments, what happens when it's a negative? Does that mean it's above ground level? This depends on the situation, where it's hitting. Oftentimes you would think that, but with no details coming out of this area in terms of this quake swarm, we're just left to kind of guess at this point as to what could really be going on. As far as overlapping plates or fault lines up in this region, as you can see, these quakes are widespread, very shallow, and they're staying in this one pocket. Staying in this one pocket right here, not moving outside of this region. Nonetheless, that is a lot of earthquakes. It raises the question, what is going on? We will continue to dig. As I get more answers, I'll keep you guys posted, but wanted to let it be known that this area is still swarming with over 400 quakes since yesterday. And well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if this thing dies down. Now, before I finish up here, I want to point out that when this big quake hit up here, there was a couple that hit up here. We saw activity pop up in Texas, in Tennessee, I believe Arkansas and Missouri seen a quake as well. We had quakes hitting here on the Atlantic Ridge. Then they started to work their way up to the North Atlantic Ridge in this region. And it's after a big quake hits in the vicinity of North America that you have to pay attention to the other areas. That's when I usually see these little quakes popping up in other areas or in odd spots, is after a big one jolts a nearby plate. But I will continue to watch this. I'll keep you guys posted if we see any other earthquake activity. One more look here up here near Denali. This is the region where we had witnessed, you see right there, Denali, we had witnessed a bigger quake last week. And here we have a 4.2 striking in this region as well. Let's go down here real quick and see that's only at a 12.5 depth, but that is right there at that glacier area in Denali. This area up by Alaska seeing the most activity right now, I will leave a link. It's been ToBeFree with an earthquake update.